recently read A Smile for the Cameras and I want to talk about it. Overall, I really enjoyed this story. This story is following a group of adults who, when they were younger, they were in a horror movie that grew a cult following and took place in a cabin in the woods, and they were getting picked off by a bad guy, like Jason Voorhees style. And in this story, that's about 20 years later, the cast is called back in for a reunion, and they all go to that same cabin, and they are basically filming a documentary type reunion. Throughout this story, we are learning that the cast has a secret. One of the cast or crew who originally worked on the movie, we learned throughout, had died. Not a spoiler, because that's a key part of the story. And our main character feels a sense of guilt about that. And as we go through the book, we see the story unfold, and you start to wonder, is her recollection of the truth actually the truth? Or is something more sinister going on that resulted in that death? There are definite elements of play here of haunted house, very obviously secluded cabin in the woods, but the real horrors in this story are the people, which is generally true. Most of the time, people are scarier than ghosts. And I really enjoyed this story. It felt like I was reading or watching like cast of the movie Scream go to a reunion, and we're in basically Sydney's POV, and she feels a sense of guilt. And so it felt very nostalgic, and I really liked that element of it. The story does unfold and reveals some gruesome and kind of triggering details, so do check trigger warnings if you are easily triggered by things. There's mention of SA and grooming and things like that. Overall, I really loved the way that this story unfolded and how it wrapped up and ended. And, you get justice, but also not unfair. Just like the justice comes for the right people, I suppose. So I did really enjoy that, and I thought the twist was great. So if you have not already gotten this one on your radar and you like a slasher movie or like a horror book, you should check this one out.